Thank you, Rishi, and good evening, everybody, to a packed auditorium. Always a great air of expectation when the Rocket's in town.
Thank you, the ninth frame.
And we've been
Luca Brecel
very happy to have that 6-2 lead this morning. The scoreline doesn't really tell the whole story. Luca got off to that good start, leading 2-1, but, well, took his foot off the gas a little bit. A few unforced errors. And you can't do that against this man. So he'll need to tighten up a bit and not miss the easy ones. It's a dangerous session for him, Stephen, this. He could run away here, couldn't he?
Yeah, that's the key. You just said unforced errors, easy balls. He's a very, very dangerous and talented player, is Luca Brecel, but unfortunately for him, his game suits Ronnie Sullivan down to the ground. If he doesn't cut out these errors, there is the danger that he could lose this match tonight. So he's got to be bang on it from shot one, Luca Brecel.
Yeah, a lot happened there, but that was a very good shot. Tap on the table from Ronnie. That was the intention. Knock the red into the pink. Stop it coming back down into the balk area. And where it's finished is a bit of trouble. It's very difficult to play the dump shot, leaving the cue ball down this end, because reds are available. So it's a bit of a problem, this. Yeah, it's got to be a fair amount of trouble for Ronnie to be taking this amount of time. He usually found the answer by now. There's not even a nice pot to take on. Sometimes that's all you've got left and you're forced into one, but even that's not great. I suppose the one left of the pink could take it if that's all he's got, but it's very difficult to leave the cue ball anywhere here where he's not going to leave some form of chance. I'm just wondering whether the red pot's in the middle pocket, the ones to the left of the pink. If that doesn't pot, maybe he can come off the top cushion and drop into the red on the left, but he's not happy with that. So change your plan.
So with that very good shot, Luca Brecel has managed to create himself an opening here. And these are the kind of chances he's going to have to take to get back into this match.
Yeah, he's got a lovely angle straight down towards the black spot here. That red that's next to the black. Get that out the way. A nice chance.
Six.
You've got to score here. It's just as simple as that. Won't be successful in this match against Ronnie O'Sullivan if you don't score heavily.
$14. 15. 17. 18.
The reason he's not on the black is because he potted the red in the right-hand side of the pocket as we looked. And that's why, unless he pulls out something a bit special,
Yellow ball.
it's end of break.
Well, he potted one of these today, Stephen, that was just ridiculous. And it looks like he's going again. Very brave shot. I mean, the one this morning was played with pace and punched around the angles. That one was still a
20.
very big shot and well played.
Yeah, beautifully cued. He does play the game as if it just comes so easy to him. And that's maybe because of that, when he does
21.
make these casual errors, missing easy balls and playing shots like that, not getting past the blue. It's not as if he means obviously to, but it's just the way he plays. Just got past straight in the blue.
26.
Yeah, but your point is apt, isn't it? You know, the cue ball should be another foot and a half closer to this red, so it's unmissable. But we covered.
27.
Well, I don't want to jinx him, but it's just the start I wanted to this second session. Obviously, another 30 or 40 points
34.
needed to secure the frame, but this has been excellent so far. Okay, it's not been
35.
pinpoint position, you'd have to say, but he's looked solid and he's potting. Watching Ronnie, and he's just a slight sort of nod of appreciation this visit to the table. It's just been
43.
you'd have to say effortless. I mean, it just doesn't look like he's concentrating hard, just the way it just comes so easy to him. So it makes him such a threat.
.48.
17 seconds is his average shot time, which is 3 seconds quicker than his opponent.
49.
He made a break this morning, and his average time was 10 seconds, believe it or not. Absolutely running around the table, smashing balls, and he was. The quickest time I've seen.
This is the time he's got the reds into the open. This is the time you really
55.
got to double down on your concentration. No slip-ups here because there's no one better at clearing up and pinching frames
56.
than his opponent. 2 or 3 pots away from winning this opening frame. This very important opening frame for Luca Brecel.
63. 64.
Yeah, this is an excellent start. Great visit. Okay, had
71.
to salvage the break with that good pot on the yellow. But he's looking very
72.
confident. He actually started the match like this morning, in this vein. Just ran out of gas a little bit, have to be said, in the session. So he's got to play like this and keep it up. We know it's a big ask.
78.
It's the only way he's going to get back in this match.
79.
Yeah, it also shows that where he's got to put the cue ball in order to create chances and force mistakes that Ronnie Sullivan glued to that ball
85.
cushion.
86.
Just seen the stat there, 12 seconds a shot for this break. It's been wonderful, it really has. Look at this for a shot. Look at this for a shot.
93.
Go on, Luca. Not the black inning, give us a century. Superb. Great way to start the second.
101. 103.
This break's been world class. Absolutely world class.
$110. 115. 121.
Well, it's hard to make snooker look easier than that. Luca Brecel, what a start to this evening's session. Wins the first frame.
Good break from Ronnie. Plenty of side on. Breaks off left-handed. Feels like he can get a bit more side on the cue ball like that. We certainly got him in behind the green, so got to be a bit careful with this if he plays the two-cushion escape. Well, as good as the last break was, that's a shocker. I mean, really do not know what he's played there. Well, obviously trying to get into the back of the pack somewhere, but he was absolutely nowhere near his intended target there, and it's just like presenting an opportunity straight away.
Yeah, I suppose he's a bit very similar to Jack Lazowski, huge talent, but just throws these shots in that are, well, at this level of the game, inexplicable really. And shots that you just can't afford against the very, very best. Did all that good work in the first frame, and if Ronnie does what he normally does and takes advantage of his chance, it'll be undone.
9.
Interesting to see what Ronnie does here, because he doesn't really go into the pack early all the time if there's reds available. He only goes into the pack when it's absolutely necessary. See, he's looking at where loose reds go. I know I'd be going into the pack here. I know a lot of players would, because it's a perfect angle.
Yeah, and the other thing as well, if the cue ball comes off the right-hand side, those reds will stop the cue ball running away, so you couldn't really lose the white. See, those reds were always going to contact the cue ball, but he may have been unlucky.
14.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Couldn't have played the shot any better. This red, 2 up from the black, does go to the left corner, but it's risky. It's a thin cut, and you don't really know where the cue ball's going.
These are the big decisions for snooker players here. He's desperate to make the most of that chance, but you've got to steel yourself and play the right shot. And he usually does. Safety, good telling safety here. Up somewhere on line with the green might be useful. Yep, don't blame him in the slightest. That was the right shot.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 14.
He's very unlucky with that cannon there. And this is one of those funny shots where you'd love that cue ball to have been tighter and not great cueing for Luca, but this is a shot with loads of pressure on it and not easy. Wow, what a pot that was. 1. Incredible pot. As I say, the cue ball wasn't tight to the bottom cushion there, which made that shot available, but you still got to cue well to do that. And play it with a little bit of side just to throw it around the back of the black. So he's one good pot away here from a decent chance. Maybe the pink in the middle is the right ball.
Seven. Eight.
Yeah, that opening red was beautiful. I think the pink's available to right corner, so just stun for the red to the left of the pink here.
13. 14.
Would have been slightly easier. The cue ball would have been a bit further down the table. He could have run through and landed on the reds he wanted, but still okay where he is. And now he'll be through to the black. So this is a
20.
wonderful chance. That open red thoroughly deserves it.
$21.
And this is how you put pressure on even the likes of Ronnie O'Sullivan, by potting long balls, winning frames in one visit. Even if you win frames in 2 or 3 chances, it doesn't really intimidate your opponent. Okay, you're winning the frames, but as I say, it doesn't have much effect. But if you're doing this, potting fantastic long pots, puts pressure on Ronnie's
28.
safety a little bit, and then take advantage of that scoring opportunity.
29.
Yeah, of course it changes the scoreboard a heck of a lot quicker. You're 4 ahead, all of a sudden takes this chance here. There's only 2. I say Ronnie was very unlucky with the split there that he made, but the safety
36.
shot wasn't quite up to his usual very high standard. However, that excellent long pot must give Luca this chance.
37.
Could have done without the kiss.
Needs this cue ball to pull up. Well, now he needs it to keep going.
42.
It's just gone past the red he played for, but then when it went past it, he needed a bigger cannon on the red that he's touching to leave another red to left corner. He has got one to the left middle. Maybe a choice of 2.
Is his cueing slightly hampered? This is the problem. Can he get through to enough of the cue ball? He's missed it.
Luca Brecel.
Always one of those
42.
that sort of in your eye line a little bit when you can't really get the hold of the white. Still fancied him knocking it in.
Yeah, wonderful pot. And Luke will be very disappointed that he didn't convert that chance, because he was in perfect position and then ended up having to go up to the bulk end or for a blue. Just lost tight control of the cue ball when he was in.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
That is a collector's item.
1.
Ronnie O'Sullivan missing a black off a spot. You could count in one hand. If he does go on to the final of this championship, how many of those he'll miss in a whole tournament.
Yeah, it's just come slightly awkward for Luca this, but least he's back at the table. Skinny cut in the middle pocket. And I think the cue ball has just come past the yellow so that Ronnie can pot the red in the middle. And of course he'll be coming down the table right towards the black.
One.
Well, couldn't avoid the cannon. And blue is the better ball to take here, gives more of a pocket than the pink does. Should fly in off that one. So the place of pink that may have missed.
6. Seven. Fourteen.
Yeah, probably going to need to move the pink out of the way because the two reds are to the right of the black.
15.
Only pot in the top left-hand pocket, which the pink is obscuring. So, idea to get the pink out of the way and somehow get on the other red and back for the two together. As you can see, once the pink's potted, those reds will be available. So, good positional shot onto the loose red there.
21.
Yeah, key ball coming up here. It goes in the green pocket. Screw to the side cushion, come off with the pink, and then that'll leave him the angle for those two reds. Well, he's played up. He's going to take blue.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 21.
There's a bit of a strange effort for me there. It's almost like he didn't fully commit to it. He sits down in his chair. He's not happy with it, but it was almost like he played it as a, you know, more thinking about would he leave it if he missed it, which is not like Ronnie O'Sullivan. But straight back to the table with a pot.
Honestly, that was just such a poor shot. I mean, if you play that, you know you've got to hit the left-hand side of it and send it down the table, not where he hit it. Because you know there's a good chance of what can happen, and it just has. It wasn't a difficult shot that for Luca.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 1.
Even there, Ronnie didn't choose to go up tight to the brown, which you would think would have been well within his compass to do that.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 6. Back here. Yep. Can we check the yellow, please, Brendan?
The yellow diagonally towards me. Stop. Yep. And the cue ball is diagonally away from you.
Sorry.
Away from you, into the table. Little bit more. Same direction.
Yeah, thanks.
So, be playing the same shot. Just trying for the little thin clip off the two cushions.
Foul into miss.
Virtually the same shot again.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 6.
So, handy points to pick up.
Stefania, Ronnie.
Well, mid-range red for Ronnie O'Sullivan. And if you feel if this goes in, you go massive favourite in this frame.
Well, Luca's, for me, Ronnie doesn't look on it tonight. Just reading the body language, and Luca's got to be all over that. He really has.
Yeah, not only did he miss that pot, but the one ball that was looking semi-safe, which was the yellow, he flicked off the cushion. So everything he did there was bad. Missed the pot and moved the yellow.
Well, the frame today where he got snookers and failed to clear up the colours was a huge moment. This is another one. Very, very simple chance to win this frame. I know there is pressure on it, but
7.
he's a top player. He's supposed to make this clearance.
So chose to go and play for green, which is fine, except for one thing. The brown is not on its spot. So change the plan. Doesn't fancy snookering himself behind the brown once he puts the yellow. So pink it is. And he's going to travel the cue ball instead. But that's the way not to get in trouble.
13.
Oh, that was beautifully struck.
15.
Beautifully struck.
18.
So, just brown and blue. To steal a frame, it has to be said that both players have had plenty of chances in. Could have gone either way. But it's going to be Luca Brecel who takes it.
27.
Made a couple of mistakes in this. He must have been thinking in his chair, I'm not going to get back to the table, but he has done.
33. And the frame.
And he'll be very happy to take that frame. So 2 frames played this evening.
Luca Brecel to break.
Excellent reply from Luca Brecel. That's the level of safety we've got to match up to Ronnie O'Sullivan with. Just to drop onto the red on the top cushion. Nothing else available, really.
Foul and a miss. Luca Brecel full. Ronnie? Yep, Luca. Thanks.
Well, this is very difficult. There's no way he's turning it down. And he's left it. He must have thought there was every chance if he misses that red, he's going to leave the snooker behind the black, but it hasn't happened.
Yeah, there's the pace, wasn't it? There's been quite a few of these this week have hit the near jaw and gone in. Actually quite encouraged to see that happening. Been playing a little on the easy side, if I'm being honest. It's just the pace that kept that one out, really.
Eight. Nine. Fourteen. 15.
Well, I'll be surprised if he doesn't play for an angle on the black here to go into the reds with just one loose red remaining. I always prefer to do that to give yourself a little bit of insurance. He's got a lovely angle. May play on the extreme left red here. The contact. Just wanted to go past the red that he hit. Catching that first red
30.
was never going to work out. So this is not really play to miss that red. And when you don't go into the pack correctly, okay, you could say a little bit unlucky not to have a single pot, but you can't expect to be on one. But as he found a plant, this is... Wow.
Ronnie
Missed it by a long way, so that's quite a big misjudgment there from Ronnie O'Sullivan.
One.
Yeah, good pot. And this could be a very important visit. Luca can score a few here. That'll hurt. I mean, the plant must have been on. There's no way in a million years he's taking it if he doesn't think he can get it, but
8.
it was nowhere near. And there's another plant coming up. This one far easier.
9. Be quiet, please.
Yeah, every
15.
visit to the table is important for Luca Brecel, as I say, to get back into this match. 6-2 behind, coming into the second session. Big test for him tonight.
16.
Yeah, interesting to see what he plays here. Not easy. Must be a little cannon down something, is there? I'll drop on this red.
21.
And of course that will free the one above it. So no need to go into that little cluster of 3 just yet.
$22.
Well, it's not the best positional shot
29.
unless there's a plant. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say played for this plant because it's, well, it looks unmissable. Careful the middle pocket with the cue ball.
30.
Yeah, very handy that plant, and of course solved the problem of the cluster of 3 reds being stuck together. Just come betwixt and between the blue and the green here. Blue is potable, but it's very thin. But he should run in to the pink and reds and hold the cue ball. Not another plant, surely. Can't be another one.
35.
Well, he's going for it. He thinks it's on.
Luca Brecel, 35.
Well, it's turned out to be a pretty good safety shot, I think. Again, just not able to just win that frame in that one scoring visit.
Yeah, if he gets a good cue ball off the plant that he played beforehand onto the blue, he wouldn't have to play the cannon into the cluster. He got a little bit unlucky where he finished, but if the cue ball had been better, he wouldn't have had to play the cannon. Oh, didn't think it was on at first glance, but it is, and it's duly dispatched. Good pot that.
Yeah, I mean, it might sound sort of hypercritical to say that Luca should have won the frame at that visit, but unfortunately that's at this level of the World Championship quarterfinals against this level of opponent. I'm afraid that's what you got to do.
7.
It's a simple fact. It's a tough school.
8.
The problem ball, obviously, the red on the left cushion. He's going to need that to win the frame.
14.
.93% pot success over the tournament is very
21.
good.
22.
Yeah, because that red is stuck to the pink the way it is, he couldn't play the other side, pot the black, remove the red and play on the red behind the pink, so he had to go this way. So now it's all about, can he sort out how to get the last red out?
29. $30.
Looks the perfect angle.
$46. $37.
Nicely relieved Ronnie O'Sullivan. Luca Brecel definitely had a very good chance there in that frame. Didn't make the most of it.
41.
I agree with you, Stephen. It sounds very harsh, but this is the level you're playing in
43.
the quarter-final of the World Championship. Unfortunately, the opposition is going to be red hot. So when those chances come, your percentage has got to be
46.
very high with your scoring visits.
$50. $55. $61.
Ronnie O'Sullivan wins his first frame of the second session. To open up a 3. .
Is it going? Yep. Thought the only one he could leave was the red he was taking. And guess what? It's there in the middle.
One.
Yeah, I don't disagree with the shot choice of Luca Brecel. But when you do go for it, that's the risk you take. You leave it on for your opponent. But the last thing, after seeing Ronnie mop up the balls in the last frame, was to let him in. Last thing Luca wanted was to let him straight back in the next frame. But that's the sort of tightrope that he walks, the way he plays, taking on these risky reds. It's great to watch, but it's a very risky strategy.
12. 13.
Yeah, players like
20.
Luca and, say, Jack Lazowski, who've got so much natural talent. Almost seems like it's
21.
difficult to put that little bit of extra concentration into something that would appear mundane, which is just an ordinary safety shot. Seems to be a little bit of a problem for players who are blessed with that much. All I can say is nobody's got more talent than Ronnie, and he does it.
$29. $36. $37.
Well, we're seeing I think the difference in the two players, just in terms of the tightest cue ball control. Ronnie's had it on an absolute string in this break. Even the split into the pack to leave himself the open edges, played to perfection. Just surgically going along this break, removing the reds.
Just a little soft cannon needed here for the outside red. That was what he needed, but he's missed it.
Yeah, unfortunately, the minute I said he had tight control of the cue ball, he plays a poor positional shot. When he was playing the cannon or just trying to drop low on that red, it went wrong, which is very, very unusual for him. Yeah, Ronnie's been in first in this frame, and an unusual sort of slip of the cue ball has caused the end of the break, and he's, well, as he so often does, played an excellent safety shot.
Yeah, either dropping in low or playing the little flick cannon. We'll never know, but it went wrong. I wasn't too happy about it, but as Stephen said, played an excellent safety shot, and Luca's in a world of trouble. Can't see a way out of it. He's played the escape off a couple of cushions a few times in this match so far and hasn't been brilliant at it. fact, the brown might even be in the way for that shot, so very difficult seeing him get out of this with not leaving something on.
Yeah, he's got a two-cushion escape, the red to the right of the table, but it's so difficult. Hit and hope. Hit and hope. He'll be very, very happy with that. That's all he could do. He's left the red to the right middle, but whether Ronnie even takes it on is debatable.
Yeah, sometimes that's all you've got. The old double H, hit and hope.
Do you like these, John?
Wow, I'd let you take this one for me.
Yeah, that would have been the pot of the night so far if he'd potted that, which seems strange when it's a straight pot to the middle. But that is so difficult. But played it. He knew that the red didn't go past the yellow to the far left corner. So there was an element of safety. Felt the only red he could leave was the one who was playing. But Luca will be delighted just to be back at the table in the position he was in 2 shots ago. Really wants to try and win this frame, Luca. So obvious, obviously, but if he doesn't, it's as you were. Back to 4 frames behind as he started the evening. He's made no progress. I mean, even that shot looks a simple shot. He's played it with drag, whereas most players, probably 98% of players, would have played that middle of the cue ball. It's actually judged the pace with drag, which is such a difficult thing to do.
Yeah, he's got a couple of shots here. Luca could push that red up in the bouquet and leave it near the yellow pocket, but decided to play this one instead. Got a 44-point lead, Ronnie. That pink being on the side cushion is quite handy for him as well. One of the scoring balls is away. Luca needs all the points. Beautiful pot, but look where the cue ball was finishing. If he'd have missed it, he'd have been leaving nothing. Very clever shot that was from Ronnie.
Six. Seven.
So it looks for all money like Ronnie O'Sullivan is going to weather that
12.
mini storm. Start of this evening session. Both frames, both the opening 2
13.
frames, I should say, one by Luca. Ronnie's just a couple of colours, a couple of reds away from establishing that 4-frame lead again.
20.
Yeah, it just shows the importance of that first
21.
session. Even though it's a best of 25 match, a long match, the first session just means everything. You got that 4-frame lead. And as long as you just keep your focus and concentration, you can not coast to victory,
28.
but pretty close to that.
29. $36. 36 and the frame.
Well, it's not there, but that's enough
Ronnie
for Luca
O'Sullivan.
Brecel. And Ronnie O'Sullivan after that.
Quietly now, please, guys. Thank you.
Well, as we said, Luca did really well to win those first 2 frames, but he didn't make any progress or inroads into Ronnie's lead. Still 4 frames behind. So he needs, you would think, at the very worst, to share these 4 frames. Anything less, and well, you think he's out of this match. Well, it was a long way off that pot.
One.
Right in the middle of the pocket. Beautiful shot.
Four. Five. $12. 13.
Yeah, just the 2 loose reds.
20.
In a perfect world, he'd play on the red that's below the pack and play low, and then you can pot the ball and play off the pack and move reds into position. As he held
21.
the cue ball. So that'll be the intention. Pot this and leave the red in the top right-hand corner and leave it low. So you can bring reds into play. Screw off the pack. Should bring some into play here. And he has.
28.
Nice shot.
Yeah, nice shot. So now has to convert this chance.
35.
Up for pink. And he doesn't have to go into that pack yet, but that's a lovely pack to
36.
play off the pink where it is into the top of it because it's flat. Cue ball wouldn't run away, but of course he's got a couple of loose reds yet. But it's a really nice pack to go into, that.
42.
Yeah, I'm just looking. The two reds are going towards in the pack towards the left corner. I'm not sure if it's a definite plant, but anyway, the pink's off the blue spot, so that shot's gone. I think you'd be tempted to go into the pack here. Don't have to go in a lot of pace, just because you've got that loose red to the left of the table. Well, he did go in with a lot of pace, and well, he's got a red to right middle. I thought he may just stun into this red instead of play the screw shot. He's actually a little bit fortunate to have a pot. Nice.
51.
Yeah, good pot that. As you can see from the camera angle, wasn't a great deal to look at in these middle pockets. Now, will he be tempted to play into the pack or just for the loose red? It's the pack. In he goes. How's your luck? Well, I think it's okay. Could have been better.
58.
Certainly played the positive shot there. There's a red in the middle, but as mentioned before, these aren't gimmies.
Luca Brecel, 58.
Well, it was always high. I thought maybe because it was dead weight it might drop in a smile from Luca, but it's well, that's a grimace more than a smile, isn't it? Because that's another chance he's let slip. 58-point lead, but well, if that red wasn't near that right cushion, which could be lifted from this shot if he chooses, Ronnie's almost favourite to win this frame now. If he moves that red, he is favourite.
Full.
Yes, you would think it's Luca's only hope. The red Stephen mentioned up near the balk line. The rest of these look like a practice routine for somebody as
11.
good as Ronnie.
Yeah, and you think that red is not even a problem. We've seen a few instances in this World Championship where Ronnie's got to move reds off cushions. He does it very easily.
$18. $19.
I mean, it looks like nothing, but how good was that shot? Just absolutely played to perfection. Perfect angle on the black, all from that wonderful piece of cueing. Simple pot in the middle, but the cue ball, top draw.
26. $27.
So go on then. How's he getting the red? Is he playing it off the green?
Yeah, I think it has to be, doesn't it? Possibly from the pink, but I think the orthodox way
34.
is to get on the green. Just flick the red over the right middle pocket.
$35.
Well, interesting. I don't know if he's got the angle on the yellow. You have to really force it. Yeah, I think where it was in that second last red there,
37.
if he couldn't get on the green, I think I would have tried to get on the pink, I think. It was going to be very pinpoint to get the right angle on the yellow. So a reprieve for Luca Brecel. He's still in this frame. With a 21-point lead.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 37.
Oh, just too far. We nearly had him in all sorts of trouble there. The cue ball's come past. So this will be a push the red to one cushion. Cue ball on the other side as he got the snooker. I think this is finished pretty awkward. I'm not so sure he can cut this in. I don't know. Maybe he can. Hit it pretty thick. Needs a bit of luck behind the blue or brown, and he's got it. Can't beat a good run of the ball.
Foul. And to miss. Luca Brecel, 4.
He didn't even get out of his chair to have a look
Luca.
at that one, Luca. Just wondered whether it was worth having a look to see if it was a long straight pot. Especially the way he can pot, but didn't fancy it, so he's relying on Ronnie making a mistake, and he's right,
Foul in the miss.
because this is an easier one.
Luca Brecel,
He
4.
won't be putting this back. This is an absolute dolly. Nothing to do with the cue ball.
One.
Yeah, a reprieve has been had by Luca in this frame. He was in first, didn't convert the chance.
6.
I think everyone in the building expected Ronnie to clear
8.
up. But I think Ronnie's not on it tonight. It's a
11.
chance for Luca to get back into this match.
Yeah, it's a very big next frame, and if he can get him with a good
11.
chance.
And the frame.
But anyway, that's all to come. He'll be happy with that reprieve, as Stephen said. And wins another frame. It's now 8-5 to O'Sullivan.
Keep the noise down, please. Thank you. Thank you to 14th frame. Ronnie Sullivan to break.
Yeah, not the best break either. Far too thick with that one. Probably needs the green to save him here. And he's been very fortunate. That red should never be that far up the table. That's when you know you've got it thick. So a bit of pressure on this opening pot for Luca. And it looked like he had an easy one in the middle pocket. Great pot. Very clean.
1.
Obviously the red goes past the green into the corner, so
6.
bring the cue ball back. Just a little for the blue.
7.
Now, black's out of commission. Hence that shot. Needs the kiss on the brown with the red, and he's got it. Wow.
12.
I mean, he'd been unlucky not to land on something, but it looked like it was going to be nothing, and the red comes down the table and hits the brown full in the face. Just signs
13.
maybe things are starting to turn his way. He got a massive fluke in the last frame with the snooker, but this is the time to make the most of it.
15. $16.
It's never nice when you're at the table, you're an attacking player and you want to build a break. When you see the blacks tied up, it just makes things so much more difficult. Cue ball control becomes even more imperative to get right side of the blue
21.
each time.
$22.
That was well played.
Yeah, I'm loath to say this is not a good chance, because in this match with Mark Williams in the last round, I have to say one of the best breaks I've seen at this year's championship was from Luca when it was 11 all. Blue, pink and black were all tied up,
27.
and somehow he managed to make an 80+ break to win the frame. So such is his talent. He can turn unpromising looking tables into frame winning opportunities, so you don't quite know what you get with this fella.
28.
The three reds that are in a line below the pink spot, I may play just a soft cannon into those reds. Very soft. Yep. Nice. What's that red to stop? Yeah, well played.
33.
Still got the problem of the black being tied up. It's not that easy just to get out from that red over the top right hand pocket to get on the next colour, particularly when you've got to use the spider. Well, I have to say that's a great shot. Absolutely great shot. You've really got to get into the cue ball to get the work on that. I had to take a chance. The middle pocket's always there, of course, but couldn't play that much better. It's been a fabulous break so
37.
far. It really has.
$38. 43.
It's okay, but this positional shot to get perfect on the next colour is not straightforward.
44.
And did the right thing, just over hitting it to make sure he was on the bulk colour. Still got the blue if he fancies it, but it's thinner than he would like.
Yeah, and this is the situation round about now where it's a dangerous part of the frame where you've done so much of the hard work. Gotta keep that concentration up. Last thing you want to do is make a mistake and you've tidied the table up and Ronnie comes in straight after you.
48.
You've got to keep that concentration level up. Been a great break of 48 so far, this.
Well, it seemed pretty certain that he wasn't going to go on off in the middle pocket. But yeah, I agree, John. This has been top class from Luca Brecel in this frame.
54.
Even that last little bit of cueing off the side cushion was beautifully struck. Just a little bit short with the cue ball. Love to have been past the blue the correct way, so it's in and out of balk now. Now, as he landed, can he find the gap? If he's found the gap, that is a shot and a half. Absolutely superb from Luca Brecel, that shot. And that's why I was loath to say there wasn't much on. What a break this has been. Certainly one of the best breaks of this match.
Seven. 68.
Well, it's the same start to this mini session as the previous one, winning the first two frames.
I mean, just how fluent and
74.
what freedom there is to that cue action. Amazing. In the cauldron out there, but you'd never know
75.
it. Right, is it the screw off the cushion and over and trying to get the cannon? You betcha. Wow, like a piece of
81.
drawstring, that one. Well, it's not there, but what a fantastic break of 81 that was from Luca Brecel. The start of it looked like it wasn't possible. What a wonderful break. Thank you to the boys, and I don't think Rishi's got a career in cabaret after that joke he made, but there you go. And if Luca can take, well, even if he takes one of these last two frames here, he'll have closed the gap, started 4 frames behind, and 9-7 behind. Wouldn't be the end of the world. Okay, he'd love to take both of them, but winning the session, which he will have done, will be very handy. Very attacking safety, but not quite enough on the cue ball. Well, we can get through to this. Didn't think so at first, but when he hit right across that one, that was far from a good piece of cueing. Lots of side on that, and already thrown the cue ball off before it got to the object ball there.
Yeah, that was deceleration there.
1.
Even when you go and win the World Championship, you're always going to have sessions where you're not at your best. And tonight is one of those sessions for Ronnie. And then it can become like damage limitations. Just get the best out of it, what you can.
Yeah, if you look at it at the moment, you're thinking, you're seeing a couple of signs of weakness. If I can just do what I do, I can take these 2 frames here and get myself level pegging.
8.
There's not many sessions where you see Ronnie not at his best. At the moment, that's the case, so make the most of it.
$13. 14. 19. 20.
Once again, he's got the problem of the black not being in play.
$23.
Not really a concern at the moment.
$24.
Again, you can see the slight grimace, just short on the blue. I have to play this red from distance.
Yeah, funny little shot this. Sometimes you just hold the cue ball too much. You don't go far enough past the blue spot. Just got to be a bit careful with it, which is why he's going round the table. Decided going round there would be the ideal thing to do.
But how much cue power has he got?
Well, that blue nose has been hit, isn't it?
29. Luca Brecel, 29.
Yeah, I didn't see him missing that one. Yeah, good pot that was. Particularly after the last long ball he took.
Foul. Ronnie O'Sullivan 1, Luca Brecel 5.
Played off the left side cushion with lots of left-hand side, but with the angle, I'm not sure that was ever on that shot. That's what I meant by he's just not quite on it tonight, Ronnie. You can just tell by some of the expressions he's making when he's not perfect in position. Again, coming to the table, you can see a slight smile.
Yeah, in this morning session, very unusual, he actually said out loud, this game is very hard today.
Still there, is it?
Most unusual for him to even make a comment in the match, but it was a bit of a struggle early on.
The game is very hard. It's just most of the time he makes it look ridiculously easy, but it is tough, very tough. Well, he needs to get this right. Thin, he hits the red in the cushion. Thick, he leaves the cue ball doing that into the table. There you go.
Yeah, he's played some good shots in the match, but that was not one of them. Wasn't that difficult.
One.
No, that was lovely. Needed to get the work on the cue ball to avoid the cannon on the red, and then just got enough work on the cue ball to land perfectly on the pink.
7. 8.
Yeah, it just looks like Luca keeps getting himself within touching distance and then not quite finishing the job. Right in the middle, he should have potted. That safety shot there was not difficult.
14.
Played so well this evening in session in lots of parts of it. Just the odd little glitch here and there.
15.
His talent, well, never to be questioned.
$22. 23. 30. 31. 38. 39.
And of course, Ronnie goes on to take this frame, which is looking ever likely, guaranteed to be leading into the final session.
46. 47.
'Just having a little look there to see whether he's going to play in behind that red. That's near the side cushion. He'll flick it out.
$53. 54.
And again, another little wry smile because he didn't play to leave himself dead straight in the pink. He's had to try and force an angle.
60.
That lets you know how he's feeling.
Yeah, it was almost like he was in two minds when he looked at this with the two reds there. I thought originally he was going to pop the red in the middle, come off the side cushion and flick the other one into play, but he had a look at that, decided to go another way and didn't get that quite right, so
Ronnie
Good safety required,
60.
which he's got. At least if you don't get position, play a really good safety after it, which is what he's done. Very good there. You can see the swerve taking shape halfway down the table. So it looks like a red ball fight. Once again, an excellent cue ball. Where it stops, nobody knows. Well, that'll do. How about a full ball snooker? Wow. Well, it's thin, but it's a chance. Can't really worry about where the cue ball's going here. This is all about the pot. You'll probably cannon into the pink anyway. Just make sure you knock the red in, and you're there at the table for the next shot. Well, he could miss the pink. How's the cue ball? Is he going to land on anything?
1.
It's not the best, and trust me, if he takes the brown in the middle pocket, these are horrible when they're close together. Very difficult to get the pot in angle. May not even take the pot here.
Green ball. Luca Brecel, 1.
Yeah, obviously didn't need the points, just 26 in it with 27 on, so played the snooker. Potted it. Yeah.
2.
Unbelievable.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 2.
Yeah, so I say Luca's had a fair old run of the balls this evening, so it was Ronnie's turn to get one with the yellow, but I still thought he'd knock the green in. 28 in it, just the one snooker.
Free.
And that should be the frame.
Seven.
Taking this frame, and of course, if he takes the final frame of the session, Luca will have made
12.
no inroads whatsoever. And the way he's played this evening, he'll be very disappointed with that. So it's a big frame coming up.
18.
The last
And a
one of
frame.
this session. There's twos and throws in that one, could have gone either way, but it's Ronnie who takes it, and he leads by 9 frames to 6.
Please, the final frame of this session. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Big shot. Oh, very close. Sadly, we don't pay out for that. There's a bit of queuing coming up. Fancy this one.
in for the black. You know you're leaving red zone should you miss. But somehow, you just knew that was going to happen.
You can't pot those without a very good cue action. That was absolutely lovely. Never went near the jaw, did it? Very tricky shot, that.
8. 9.
Yeah, I think this just underlines how difficult it's going to be for anyone to beat Ronnie O'Sullivan in this World Championship. As I've said 2 or 3 times, he's not
16.
been totally on it tonight for me. But
17.
if he converts this frame, it's going to be 4-4. It just shows you Luca Brecel is a world-class player, but as well as he's played tonight, he's not made any inroads.
$22.
If you're in an exhibition, you play the red here and smash into the reds from this.
Yeah, he's just played to land on the blue, drop this in, and the red goes into the yellow pocket. That's the plan. So, once again, just a good bit of cueing from the side cushion and a nice touch required. So,
28.
Angle on the book colour here would be good. Side of the pack is nice to come into off brown or yellow.
$29.
And he's just missed it completely. Not like him, that one. Well, he's good, but he can't surely get anywhere near the reds off this. So, safety shot is the prudent thing to do.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 29.
Not like him to lose the cue ball. As I say, brown or yellow there was going to be perfect to come into that pack. So, he'd be disappointed, but 29-point lead. And there's going to be a red towards the corner now because of that poor safety shot. There's also another red been flicked out, and if Ronnie knocks this one in and gets on the black, he can keep the cue ball low and the pack of reds will be open. So good chance.
1.
Yep. There's the loose red on the other side. Come a bit straight. I'd love to have played that shot we were talking about, but now it's all about the split.
$16. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 16.
Well, once again, he's a little frustrated. Didn't land on anything after the split. Now, will Luca take this red on or just play the push up and down safety? He's gone for it.
1.
Yeah, great pot. Probably be the tuck up again and behind Brown. Try and get as tight as possible.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 1.
So he's not winning this frame in one visit, but he's been the boss right from the start of it. Once again, thought it was too difficult to try and get out of it, so played the hit and hope. And this requires, once again, a good piece of cueing. Very easy to hit across these if you don't get the middle of the white.
Well, that's probably as bad a shot or as bad a hit as you'll see, Ronnie, in this whole championship.
Well, if that last shot needed good cueing, have a look at this one. So red, long red, up into the top right-hand pocket. A little frustrated, to say the least. He is 46 points in front and 9-6 up. Tough shot with the rest. This better go in. Yeah, that was a pretty weak effort, to say the least. There was a fair bit of pressure on that one, and Luca didn't get through the ball properly there.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of frustration. I think he knows, Luca, that he should have got more out of this session tonight. He's played well, but he just hasn't capitalised. Arguably, he's had chances to win every single frame. 4-4 is, you could argue not what his game deserved tonight, but you don't get what you deserve at the sport. You've got to put everything in every frame. So I think a little bit frustration. Ronnie would be delighted to still have his 4-frame lead.
Just a bit. He probably won't be delighted the way he's played overall, because you know he's such a perfectionist, but I mean, for most players this would be pretty decent standard, but we know what standard he can play at, so he's been letting everybody know he's a bit frustrated with his level of play this evening, but it's been good enough to get a 4-4 out of a session that didn't look possible at one point. And if that's the worst you do in this year's championship, well, happy days.
$24. $25. $32. $33. $37. 38.
Double coming
45.
up, flick the green out into play. Not there, won't be too
45
bothered.
frame.
Luca offers his hand, and well, it wasn't vintage Ronnie O'Sullivan this evening, that's for sure, but it was good enough to get 4-4 out of the session. He'll be happy that Luca Brecel has made no inroads. They'll finish tomorrow afternoon.